Hi, my friend. It's Pat Sloan here, and it is Valentine's Day. I put up my wonderful Valentine's quilt, which is still a top. I think maybe this might be the year it becomes a quilt, and I do quilting on it. It says, "I love you to the moon and back." And it has my initials and Mr. Greg's initials at the bottom. Mushy, mushy stuff. So the winged heart is a free block on my website, and my alphabet is free on my website as well. So if you want to combine and make something of your own, when I did this, I did needle turn applique for the first row. I did running stitch applique for the second row, blanket stitching, and then fusible with blanket stitching and fusible with a top stitch, just to try out the different methods. This used to go with me at one point when I was doing a lot of teaching of applique, so that's why I built it. But it needs another little border, because some of my applique is very close to the edge, so I'll put another little border, and then I can quilt it so that doesn't get sucked up into the edge. Yeah, it needs to be quilted this year. It's going to be put on the list for this year. Yes, yes, finally. Okay, so we are on the Secret Lives of Color block number 13, lucky 13, and it's still in the section of yellow, and it is chrome yellow today, chrome yellow. I love that the story starts out with Vincent van Gogh and his sunflowers, the absolutely most gorgeous work of Vincent's, my favorite anyways, the sunflowers. So I hope that you go out and Google it and look at some sunflowers, but I had to bring out this to show you. From the vault, from the quilt vault. This is a quilt of mine that I did many years ago with sunflower fabric. See the sunflower fabric? So it's huge, it's a big bed quilt. It's also got checkerboard border, because you see I've been doing that for a long time. It's not anything new. There's the sunflowers all over the place. Ta-da! So it's a sampler. I don't know whether I may have been doing it with a local quilt shop. I really don't know. I don't remember why I did it or what it was for. But then the back is just a bunch of strips left over from the fabrics in the front. But I do love it. I'm trying to decide whether I keep that one or it goes to a new home. I'm kind of iffy on it because I really do like it. It's got great memories with the sunflowers, but also I have a lot of quilts. So as Greg tells me, he goes, you don't have to decide them all the first time you look at them. So sometimes things get decided and then redecided, and that might be one of them. All right, so what does my block look like for my chrome yellow in a nod to sunflowers? Here is mine. So I went I'm doing 963 for this next section in the pattern, because I'm doing my pattern that uses all the different sizes. So I'm happy when I can go 963 so I can keep track. So here is mine, and it's done. Yes. So the other sections are already sewn together. I'll show them to you again real quick. Okay, so here, I know that the candy goes in the top left. This block here, that's how I remember where everything is. So this is where it is right now. I was looking through my greens, because this will have a lot of green and pink for the setting, and then the aquas I'm keeping two smaller, not any of the big ones, but mostly the little, the 3 and some of the 6 will get aqua. That's the plan anyways right now. So I did have to pull some other greens, because the green that I picked to kind of use them up is a odd shade of green. It's actually real similar to this green here. It's like a little bit of a light celery color, and not something you find all the time or that I have lots of. Okay, so I want to tell you that today is also, because I've been looking at like things in history, today is also the 60th anniversary of the first time there was a televised tour of the White House, and Jacqueline Kennedy did it. I think that is so neat that, you know, being that I live in DC area, just outside Washington, DC, you know, I have never had a tour of the White House myself, all the years that I've lived here. So someday I need to do that. I'm sure it is absolutely beautiful. Christmas, of course, it must be amazing. But maybe I can get a tour some other time when it might be easier than Christmas time, because I'm sure this is booked up for that. All right, we had some fun things in the group with the pin cushions on the weekend. So our scavenger hunt was to share your pin cushion collections, and there were amazing pin cushions. That was so much fun to see. It was also fun to see how there were similar ones. You know, people had like a hat, and a lot of them, your mom or your grandma or your aunt had that pin cushion and gave it to you. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Other ones were like, you know, putting pin cushions in a teacup or wooden bowls, and a lot of times your one of your kids may have made you the bowl and then you made it into a pin cushion. So there was so cute, lots of cute things. One was Jake from State Farm. That was a riot. It's a little doll with a red shirt and khaki pants, like a polo shirt, but just red. But that was her Jake from State Farm pin cushion. I think she said it was her friends. Anyways, you have to go and look. You have to go and look. All right, I have been working, let's see, what was I working on? I got the crumb blocks, and I picked a fabric to go with them and a layout. What I want to do is show you the whole process of going through the different colors to get to this one, because it took a few tries and a bunch of photos until I got to what I was happy with. So let me just walk you through in these videos the different colors so you can see what my options were. So as much as I love this polka dot, let's get close. I love this polka dot, and I used it years ago, and so it has been around a long time. It does nothing to enhance these blocks, nothing, because they have a lot of white. That's what the issue is. I can see here I can't use a light background unless I want a really tonal fabric. So over here, these were all my light backgrounds. And I was looking for something that had some punch, that also maybe I could get all of these squares out of. But I don't think this is going to work. I mean, even like the newsprint, I don't think so. So I got the orange down because I knew I had a couple pieces of big orange. I'm going to put that dot up there, and then I have a ton of this. Anything else I have a lot of, maybe enough of this orange, and then I'll put it on the black. I think it's black, or it's deep navy. This will pop, but I want to do something different, something fun. Now these I don't have enough of them, but they would be interesting just to see what happens, like what those blocks look like against a floral like that, because they're kind of a dense floral. So I will try a couple of things and show them to you. Here is the white with the big orange polka dots, and it looks a lot better. You can see these light color blocks against it. Bad news is I don't have enough to do a full quilt of this, and so I won't be using those. These look really good against this coral because there's a lot of pinks and peaches and sort of pinky reds in this, plus those greens and the yellows. I think they all go really well with that coral color. So, I'm kind of liking that. Now these would just radiate out, and what I want to do is I want to make this a rectangular quilt. So I think I'm going to have 40 half square triangles as is, but I'll probably end up needing a few more to get it into a rectangle. And good news, I have a lot of this fabric. It's older, much older. It was an older Joel Dewberry from Free Spirit. And on navy. It does pop off of that, but that navy is so dark. I'm thinking I'm going to go with the coral. So what about a little harmony in blue? Ooh, this looks really good. I kind of like that one. I also am going to try it with harmony purple. Now the competition's getting tough, but this is the harmony in one of the shades of my purple, and I don't know, might be a winner. Because you know, harmony is my wide back. You don't have to use wide backs just for the backing. It's regular fabric. So after going through all of those, and I ended up with the purple. Now I am excited about the purple because I don't actually do a lot of purple. So that was really fun to think that, you know, this really made me happy and excited to get these done. I'm trimming them all as big as I possibly can. So it turns out for mine, that is ending up as a 7 3/4 inch half square triangle. So they will all be 7 3/4 inch, and I will do a layout. Here, I'm going to do this layout, I think. So here's a picture of it. I still have a few more to trim, and then this will be ready to set. So I can put them up on the wall, maybe for tomorrow's video, maybe. I'll put them up on the wall, and then I can start setting them all down. So I'll get a mail call. First, let me show you this super cute card. This is from Georgia in South Dakota. Look how cute this is. Look at those little llamas. So she put our initials, P and G, Pat and Greg. And then some salvages with hearts. So darling. And Georgia is also the one that sent me these inserts for the rolling assistant, these baskets, which she got at, I believe, the Dollar Tree. So thank you. They're well used. So we have another one here from Gail in Tennessee. Look at the sweet kitty. That's Fluffy, it says on the back. And she also sent me some salvages. That's gorgeous fabric. She has a saying on this one, every flower is a soul blossoming in nature. That's a quote. Very good, I love it. Now, some of you have asked me, you know, what am I going to do with all of these edges? And I keep telling you, I'm going to make a quilt. I'm going to make a quilt. And I have the pattern that I know I'm going to do. But what I like to do is make one block. And that is on my agenda for this year. Probably sooner rather than later. But at some point, I will do it. I had a mystery bundle from a friend. One of our friends, whoops, I dropped a couple. So I have a whole load here of salvages. Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna go off the floor, I'm gonna step on them. Mwah. Those are just, that's a big, big bundle. Then my last mail call. Look how cute this zippy pouch is. So I have a beautiful card. I have to see who it's from. Okay, this one is from Sandy in California. And she sent me this super cute zippy pouch, and look at the inside with the pretty, it's red, everything red. Oh, I love it. So super adorable. Gonna put good use to that. Another thing that I want to get started, and actually it's going to make me very happy to do it, I just need to get it started, is this kit that I got. You know, it's been sitting there because I think it's just wonderful with all the sayings. The sayings to me just really speak to my heart, and I want to do this before all of a sudden it just sort of gets put on a shelf and never gets done. I mean, it's happened more than once. So here's the pattern, Words to Live by Ginger Burr. Stacy over at Ginger Burr does such gorgeous designs and fabric. I love them, but I want to show you the panel. And I don't know if you can still buy the panel, probably somewhere, maybe not at any of my links. I think they may be sold out, but there are still kits. So that whole kit is still there if you decide you want to sew along. But I just, Words to Live By, they are so darn true. So here's a couple of them. Give more what you get. So it's awesome. I love the face. So all of these, when life gives you lemon, make lemonade, of course. There's great dream your dream, do repeat. There was that flower pot at the bottom there. I'm looking down in the little monitor so I can read it backwards. Take a deep breath. Yes, sometimes, many times over these past 2 years, that has been my mantra. There she's got the little sewing one. And then what's in the heart? The heart says, happy heart makes a happy home. And so these are done for the pattern, which is pretty cool. There's like 2 panels in each quadrant. So each of the 4 quadrants has the 2 panels used, and then there's one in each of these 4 sides, and then the one in the middle. So basically, you know, you're making pretty easy blocks to go with the settings in the quadrants. This style here is very similarly made like we did the Stronger together. So that's pretty cool. And so I think it's, construction wise, it is not going to be that difficult. She has it written out as if it were a block of the month. So you're basically taking a quadrant at a time, which is a really great way to do it for me. I like that method. Great, I'm going to do this quadrant. So I'm definitely going to do first today is take all of these blocks, because there's 2 different sizes you need depending on where they go. So I'm going to get all those cut. And then I'm going to cut the stuff to make the first quadrant. So the first quadrant is here with the bird and the pink heart. So that is the first one that I'll do, and I will share this whole process as I go along, because if I say I'm going to do that, then it will force me to get it going. But if I get them all cut, then I can use the box to store it in. Put it, you know, just put everything in there, keep it organized. I might cut a lot of stuff and get it prepped so that as I'm sewing some of the other things like the flapjack and stuff like that, I can use it to be sewing along. So anyway, that is my new plan for that one. Tomorrow, when we do Stronger together, I will then walk through the flapjack quilt that we're going to do together, because I need to pick what my sort of what I would consider the background. It's the little squares in the pattern, plus it ends up being the border. I need to see what mine will be, and then talk about how you can pull your own fabrics to create a bundle to work with to create a flapjack quilt. So that'll be something we're doing. We're going to start later this week. I forget which day it is exactly. It's on the calendar. Alrighty. My friend, where did I put our block for today? Oh, it's over here. Wish you a happy Valentine's Day. All the hearts to you and yours and all your loved ones. Make your next Secret Lives of Color chrome yellow. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here and joining me in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.